700 Tenere. Got right 1,000 miles on her now. She does a good job. Takes me where I want to be. See this? Down here at the river. 700 Tenere. I'm gonna tell you something. Is it a bike for everybody? Well, that's for you to decide. And the decision you gotta make, what you gotta decide on, is what do you want to do on a bike, okay? That's the old Kaskaskia River here in central Illinois. But anyway, get on the bike. The bike, it's 454 pounds. It has ABS brakes, which you can turn the ABS off, which is great because I prefer not to use ABS brakes. Don't like them. But everybody's got their own choice. At 1,000 miles, I'll tell you what, after riding this thing 1,000 miles, it still feels good like the first time I got on it. It does a good job. It does a great job. It takes me anywhere and everywhere I want to go. It does what I want to do. Like I said, it's 454 pounds, a little bit heavy for doing any real rugged off-roading. But I mean, but it'll get you in. This is not the best road to come down. It's all muddy and sloppy and just kind of a real crap road. But it'll take you where you want to go. I was just on the hard road here, and I had up like 80, 85 miles an hour. And I tell you what, smooth, it rides good, it handles great, it has a great acceleration. It's not explosive, it's controllable. If it was explosive, I would own it because I don't need that. But anyways, it handles well. Even with the Scorpions, the Pirelli Scorpions, you don't get that road noise. It's a good mix. They do go on, like I said, on off-road. They do all right. You can see their little metal tire. But no, the bike, like I said, for what I want it to do. And here's what you need to do when you decide what kind of bike you want to buy, or what you want a motorcycle for. There's so many different riding styles, and there's so many different places that you can ride. I wanted a bike that was kind of a general all-around purpose, do everything bike, okay? And this bike, it kind of fills that spectrum as far as being able to do a little bit of everything, but it doesn't do, it's like they used to say about the old KLRs, it does everything, but it doesn't do anything good. This thing here is a lot better than the KLRs, which I love the old KLRs. I still have one, because it's more roadability, and it's not any heavier, and it actually, to me, this thing here actually does a little bit better on I don't know, what do you want to say? It handles better on gravel roads and dirt roads and stuff like this. You know, it seems like it handles a lot better than the KLR. But the KLRs, I always loved them because they were old single cylinder thumpers. Love thumpers. This thing here is a twin, so you have to be a little bit more what do we call it, RPM conscious than what you would on a single bore, because it is a twin, but it does great. It'll lug right down here. It goes it set red line's about 12,000 RPMs, and I had it up about 8, and that's as high as I've ever taken it. But like I said, that's when I was running, 80 mile an hour down the road. So it'll run 80 mile an hour down the road. If you want to do interstate, you can. It rides well. The only thing, like I said, now if you're going to do a long trip, the seat does get just a little hard after about anywhere between anything after 50 miles, but well, if you're like me, I like to stop anyway, so I can ride 50, 100 miles and I'm going to stop anyway. So it's not a big road cruiser, you know. So it's like, but like I said, for what the way I want to ride, it does great. No problems. I don't think much I can say about it except for it's one of the best bikes I've ever owned for a general do everything all around good bike. Like I said, it handles good. It handles like a dirt bike, but it has the manners of a road bike when you're out on the road, because it's not. You'd think with this type of suspension it'd be a little rough, but it's not. It's great. So you know, you just got to decide what you want in a bike and what you want to do with it, and then go out and do some test rides. Now, see, I own more than one bike because one bike cannot do it all. I'm going to make that statement, and I hold to it. One bike cannot do it all. I have a little XT 250, which I dearly love. That's for when I want to get out here, and I want to get off-road a little bit, or I want to get off-road a lot, and just do some serious dirt riding. But I don't want to, you know, have to haul it on the trailer to get it there. So it's street legal. I can ride to where I want to go. I can ride my dirt. And there's a lot of manufacturers that makes good bikes for that. The little KLXs, Kawasaki, great little machines. They got a 230, they got a 250, and I think they're coming out with 300, which I'm going to buy another bike, but I'm waiting for the 300s to come out, see what they'll do. But you know, and then of course you've got your bigger bikes, your road cruisers, and your baggers and all this kind of stuff. If you want to take everything but the kitchen sink with you, we'll get you a bagger. I myself prefer not to have a bike like that because a lot of times I'm going to go just run around town, and if you're just running around town, that big heavy bike, you after about 15-20 minutes of it, just constantly starting, stopping, turning corners, you know it's a heavy bike. So it depends on what you want it for, you know. And like the one bike won't do it all, can't do it all. If I'm not into impressing anybody with anything as far as my bike, and you know, I don't care. I prefer to ride alone, and you know, depending on what you want to do with the bike. But the thing of it is, get out there and look at them, ride them. This has got a fairly decent, it's got a high seat height. I'm 6 foot even, and I can almost stand flat-footed, but not quite. I'm just barely on my heels are just barely off the ground when I'm standing on this bike. So it does have a high seat height. That will turn a lot of people away from it, which, you know, if you don't feel comfortable on a bike, that's the thing. If you don't feel comfortable on it, don't buy it, because you're just going to get hurt. They do make a lowering link for this. They're called dog bones, and you can actually drop it, but only drop it like 3/4 of an inch. But I don't like doing stuff like that, because if you drop the rear, you should drop the front, and otherwise you change the whole geometrics of the bike or whatever. You know, I'm no expert, but anyway, it makes sense to me. If you're going to drop the rear, you got to drop the front. So, but anyway, get out there and look. The name of the game is get out there and ride. Just do it. Just do it. The world's getting away. It's like, get out there and see what's out there. There's so much you can do and so many places you can go, and be your own person. Do your own thing. But to me, that's what the bike does. It gives me the freedom to do what I want. And so, but anyway, as far as the 700 Tenere goes, I love it. I love every minute of it. It's the bike I have personally been waiting for the past almost 30 years. I'm an old school motorcycle rider. I rode the old scramblers, and of course we call them enduros. Of course now enduro is something totally different what they used to be, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, the old scramblers, the old 100s, 125s, 150s, 175s. And then the 250s came out, and that was a whole different ball game. And then they started changing the styling of them. So it's like, but anyway, this bike, as far as the road bike goes, and I've had a lot of road bikes, is the best bike I've ever had, for bar none. And like I said, it's the bike I've been waiting for 30 years or better. I love it. I can't say enough good about it, but get out there and look at it, sit on it, ride it. You make the choice what works for you. And if you're not comfortable on it, don't buy it. You got to find what fits. You know, and that's the name of the game. Find out what fits. It's like buying a pair of shoes. If you wear a size 9, don't buy a size 8, because it ain't never going to fit you. Never use it. Motorcycle, same way. If it don't fit, you won't like it. You'll be afraid of it, and you just have a bad experience. Find out what fits. Find what you want to bike for, your riding style. Don't worry about what everybody else does and la la la. Worry about your style, what you want. That's the name of the game. And because if you ain't happy and you're the only one on that bike, that means you're in for a shitty trip. Find what works for you. Anyway, the 700 Tenere, I love it. I wouldn't take anything for it. I can't wait for the new 300s to come out, because I'm gonna look at them real hard. Between the Honda and Kawasaki, I was hoping that Yamaha would come out there was some scuttlebutt about a 310. I was hoping they'd come out, but well, we just have to see what happens. But I know the Honda and Kawasaki has 300, and I looked at 300 Supermoto Kawasaki. Good machine, but I'm not into Supermotos. And see, there again, you've got so many different styles of what you want. I like something that I can kind of get off road a little bit, and I can kind of do what I want. So, but anyway, find the bike that fits you. Don't worry about what your friends got. Don't worry about what looks pizzazzy or stylish or not. This. Find the bike that fits you. Okay, that's the key. Find what it fits you, your riding style, what you want to do. And it ain't nothing that says later on you can't get another bike. 2 bikes are better than 1, and 3 is better than 2. You know, it's like I got 10 different bikes, including my dirt bikes, and I've collected them over the years. But it's like, who cares? They're all paid for except for this one. Find out what fits you. Sometimes your mood will change. Find out what fits your mood. And anyway, 700 Tenere, best machine I ever owned, bar none. As far as what I want it for, wouldn't take $1 million for it. It's my bike. Enough of that.